Okay, so I have been working on the front inner cover and forgot to press record. So what I did was I was going to put some black cardstock in, but then it defeats the whole object of having an acetate pocket. So what I did was I stuck this on with a temporary piece of double-sided tape so that I could get the positioning. Now I'm just cleaning off that bit of double-sided tape. And then I stuck, sorry, I just want to clean that off. And then I stuck this little bee Harvey thing down. And then I pulled this out. So this then becomes a closure. And if you want to, you can still tuck stuff underneath. You could put a word or whatever underneath. I also haven't got to this stage with the words because I love the words. Love deeply, live fully. There's some stunning words that could go on here. Just to finish it off, I'll come back at the end and do those. Okay. So next we have this page. Now I'm going to use all these bits. I love these. I'm going to use these on here to finish off. So let's just pop those to the side. Nothing's going to be thrown away. I do need to make a closure, and now I'm wondering, because I have done a video for this, I have done this, and I'm wondering if this could be our closure with little pieces of flower coming out of here and just a magnet to hold it in place underneath the photo. I'm thinking that I'm going to do that, so I'm going to cut this off because initially I was going to flap it, but I don't want it flapped anymore. I knew this was going to come in somewhere, just wasn't quite sure where. Okay, so what I am going to do now is get the extra magnets. And I'm going to pop the magnets. Oh gosh, where did the magnet go now? I need to make sure that I've got the correct way. Let's just mark it with my... Right, so that's the side that needs to have the magnet stuck down. We're just going to roughly find halfway. Pop it in, get some tape, stick it down, and then I'm thinking that we need to put a magnet. Let me just grab a magnet. So I'm going to pop a magnet at the back of this one just to keep it closed. Okay. Okay, that should close. There we go. I'm going to take this little baby and I'm going to stick this little guy on here. And I need my knife and my ruler. Okay, and this little baby, just needs, I'm going to leave it for now because it can have a photo over it, but that then will form our closure. The next thing we need to do is just create a little something. We don't want it too thick. That's going to go over the center. It's definitely too thick. And I can't afford to build up too much because we don't want it too thick, otherwise the magnet is just not going to be strong enough. So I'm wondering if we can do something like that with a piece underneath. Oops, I forgot to stick it down first, didn't I? Okay, this could be a bit of a problem. So let's attach this. Let's attach that like so. So it's not interfering with the magnets. We can come in and add those. And I'm wondering if we add a little bee, which I just want to pull out of somewhere. I also have these. All the fancy this little guy. So maybe should have thought it through a little bit better before I started this. Got a little rub on. Doesn't want to go over the dual. There we go. So delicate. There's also a little punch out there. There is also a little Let's close it and see what it looks like, because remember, you're only going to see little bits of it unless you open it like so. That was a bit silly. Let's see if there's a smaller one. No. Okay, we can come back a little bit later and look at that. But at least we've got that, and we've got the closure. Okay, I am going to add some of these really pretty pieces that I've saved. All these little bits over here, which I won't bore you with going through. But these are all those little offcuts that I've been putting aside. We want to look for something that can go see, like something like that where you've got a little bit of flour. We also have all of these, which I possibly will use here in between. So let's just pop these to the side. I'm going to end video and I'm going to start adding bits and pieces now that you really don't need to watch. I don't think. Yeah.